What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another one of my videos. Thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, appreciate it. Trying to be consistent, upload more videos, do my thing. And yeah, man, so thank you to the new subscribers, everyone that subscribed, everyone that's been watching, sharing, tuning into my Instagram posts, following me, all that jazz. Highly appreciated as always. And yeah, man, today I kind of wanted to touch on a topic that I've been meaning to touch on for quite some time now. Today we're going to be discussing the importance of quality and authenticity within just fashion in general and your personal style. And one of the first things that for me is extremely important is durability. With durable clothes, I find that it's really important for you as sort of like the person, the consumer, the person that's like buying stuff, to just really tell yourself like, hey, like, is this garment durable? Is it, can I see myself wearing it 10 years down the line, 5 years down the line, which are things that I've kind of spoken or touched on in the past. And I find that, like, especially in today's fashion world, a lot of brands are either mimicking each other, designing the same sort of like silhouettes and the sort of same clothes just to sort of like make some profit, or just to sort of do what like bigger brands like Balenciaga or like Vetements or something is doing, just to sell it. And people are really eating that up and just consistently shopping for things that they may not necessarily be wearing within a year's time, right? So I don't know, like, I find that, like, for me, durability is super important. It's important for me to sort of like feel the garment, I mean, a lot of us do shop online, but you always have that return policy where you can always like buy something, feel it, see how it fits, and if it really doesn't work with your wardrobe in the moment, and you just feel like you're buying it for trendy purposes, you should always feel like you shouldn't even think twice before like just returning it. And like, again, with durability, it's like, don't be fooled by the fact that like, the garment is Margiela or like, Balenciaga, and therefore the quality should be up there. Like, I guarantee you that there are a lot of fashion houses that are not necessarily making the highest quality of clothing. And I find that like it's super important for you to always be honest with yourself and understand that, what you want to do is consistently buy things that you can see yourself wearing in a longer period of time. Investing into your wardrobe, right? Which sort of is kind of the same as like looking at quality clothing and durability. And investing into your wardrobe is something that, for me personally, like, I'm super into clothing, and I'm super into like, I think I'm more so into like style than I am into fashion per se. I love fashion. I love everything that goes on into the fashion industry, but I think I really just generally like people with taste, style, and just like a minimal wardrobe. Like, you don't need that much to sort of like have a perfect wardrobe. I think you need to slowly invest into your wardrobe, especially now because you have a lot of younger sort of generation that are highly into fashion, which is a great thing. And if you actually look into, like, if a kid is growing up and they want to become a designer and stuff like that, and they're telling their parents, I want to design clothes and stuff, like, it's a highly respected industry. It's like a lot of people are sort of like gravitating towards like, being fashion designer or stylists and stuff like that, and they're starting at an earlier age. And I feel like with that, you should also consider like just not overly consuming, but just like slowly building your wardrobe, because you have the knowledge now. It's like you're checking out what's happening in the fashion industry. We have Instagram where you see all different kind of like fits, all different kind of posts, and you just learn how to sort of like slowly build up your wardrobe, because you have time. You have time, and time is like, that's the luxury that you have, is the fact that you're still young and you're still able to sort of be like, hey, you know what? I want to grow into this, right? And I feel like it's something that we don't necessarily think about when we're younger. We kind of just want to buy the latest trend, or the latest pair of sneakers, or the latest like coolest like Balenciaga tee, and you're not necessarily thinking long term, right? You're not thinking, hey, am I gonna be wearing this in a year's time? Because now it's like fashion is like extremely quick. It's fast. Everything is just diluted. It's like you buy one piece, within 3 months, honestly, you're barely wearing it, right? But for me, I'll look at certain things like, for example, like my Louis V jeans, and I find that like, this is a pair that for me, I feel like it's so like the design is so particular, and the salvage jeans it's very sturdy, it's very durable. I can see it, I can feel it in the quality, and it's actually a pair that I could honestly see myself wearing, pulling out like 6-7 years down the line. And you know, hopefully the house still exists, but like I also feel like it's a pair that would still be like, damn, like this was so well designed, or like this sort of stands out, or this is kind of like, you know, it just, I just feel like it could grow with my style. And I think that that's always super important. So yeah, investing into your wardrobe, always keep that in mind. The third thing that I wanted to touch on is consumption. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I do shop quite often. You know, especially like I find that like now it's like extremely difficult with like Instagram and the pressures of like consistently wanting to post and things like that. Like honestly, if you're in this world, you all of a sudden it's like I had to sort of like take a step back and question myself in like, okay, are you shopping for the right reasons? Like, are you actually still trying to invest into your wardrobe? Are you still, is your style still growing, or are you just like buying clothes because you need to post something, or because like, you know, it's cool to have this, and like, you know, it's this whole battle in your mind of like, do I buy it because I actually genuinely like it and I can see myself like wearing it, or am I just like buying it just to like, you know, be cool, or just to like sort of like because I need something new. You know, it's like I find like with consumption and things like that, it's just like you're in your mind, you know, maybe you haven't bought something in a while and you consistently feel like you need something new, right? Because and I find that like social media doesn't necessarily help, because if you are sort of like following like other fashion bloggers or like, you know, influencers or whatever that is, you see a new outfit, or you see this or you see that, and you're like, oh damn, I need to upgrade my wardrobe, and then it starts making you sort of buy things that you don't necessarily need. And I find that like that it's super important for you to question yourself in regards to consuming like, you know, and buying a shit ton of clothes when, you know, 2-3 months down the line you're potentially like reselling it, or you're potentially just not wearing it. And for me, like I do find myself kind of doing that sometimes, and I kind of have to like backpedal and question myself, and like, is this worth investing in? You know, is this, you know, am I wearing the other stuff that I bought? For example, sorry, my camera died. As I was saying, like, you know, am I wearing the stuff that I bought 3 months ago? You know, because if I'm not, why am I buying new stuff? So yeah, just be very careful with consumption, and just always thinking ahead as to, you know, are these pieces worth investing in? And never be shy to also check out like your local boutiques. And honestly, like, look, I still go to Simon's, I still go to Zara every now and then. I actually have like a great pair of cargo Zara jeans that I've honestly had for the last 4 years, and I still wear it to this day, and it's still in great quality, great shape. So, you know, it's just, don't be so boxed into shopping designer clothing, because it's a lot more expensive and the quality may not be as good as you guys think. All right, so moving on. And personal style grows, you know. I mean, for some people, they can just have uniforms, you know, things that they just consistently wear, and that's also personal style. I think that shows authenticity, which is something that I actually really like. And I feel like when you are like, just the importance again of like quality and authenticity and things like that, is just allowing yourself to take it slow, and yet let sort of like your personal style find you in a way, and play around with different like fits, play around with different like silhouettes, play around with different fabrics and things like that, you know, and just really like find what works for you, because I think that at the end of the day, that's what's gonna make you sort of know what to buy and what you're looking for, you know. And also you're gonna see, I think when you really focus on your personal style, you sort of see where you want to go with your style, right? When you focus too much on trendy looks and on what's happening, like whether it's on social media and things like that, you're sort of jumping in and out, right? So it's like, you know, one moment you want to wear this, the next moment you want to wear that, and then you don't really know what you like anymore. So I think it's super important for you to sort of develop like an authenticity within your style, within your personal taste, because that's going to help you in the long run. Yeah, and lastly, the last thing that I wanted to touch on was just take care of it. Take care of your clothing. You know, like I find that I'm very, very careful with my wardrobe, like the things that I wear. It's like, even just a basic tee that I know that I invested in. I'm gonna be very careful with the way I wear it, the way I wash it, where I wear it to. What else? I'm gonna be very careful with the fabric. If it's linen, if it's wool, if it's like cotton. And just really make sure that you're taking care of it so that you can still wear it like down the line, and you can still like really get enough wear out of it, 5, 6, 7 years down the line. I think that that's the beauty of clothing, is the fact that you can really buy something. Because when I talk about investing into your wardrobe, for example, it's like, okay, if I'm buying $1,000 pair of boots, right, and within 2 years I'm no longer wearing that pair of boots, like, and I can't even resell it, then to me that's not really an investment, right? But if I buy that $1,000 pair of boots and 2-3 years down the line I'm still wearing it, and even 4 years down the line I'm now like, what, I've outgrown this pair, let me resell it, and you're still able to make a little bit of money out of it, I mean, that to me is a great investment. So yeah, man, honestly, all around, that's all I wanted to say on the importance of quality and authenticity. Make sure you are developing your own personal style and just kind of doing your own thing, man, and be inspired, but don't copy, and always looking to grow your style in the way that you want to grow it, not in the way that you think is quote unquote cool, or you think is where you should go, or is where fashion is going. Just do your own thing, and yeah, that's it. And there you have it, guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I highly appreciate it. Make sure to follow me on my Instagram as GREGNTORE. And please do subscribe if you haven't already. Leave a comment on what you guys think about my steps into, the importance of quality and authenticity in general, whether it comes to fashion, personal style. Until next time, peace out.